Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube family. Hold on. Sharing this out. Good morning, YouTube. How's everyone going? How's everything going? It's Friday's Eve. And for most of us, it's a 4-day weekend. Since Memorial Day is on Monday. And here, if we didn't use our snow days, which we didn't, the kids get off tomorrow. So it's a 4-day weekend for us. Whoopee. So I got my cup of coffee. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Tupac. Today I decided to get the extra large. That Nutter Butter latte is delicious. And we got biscuits and gravy. Not really a New York thing, but all of a sudden 7-Eleven made it a New York thing because they're selling them. And they're pretty darn good. I didn't grow up on biscuits and gravy. My dad's Irish, so we grew up on eggs and hash. And, potatoes and such. Eggs and, meat and potatoes. So biscuits and gravy is totally news to me. But they're good. Kind of makes me wish I thought, like, where have I been this whole time, You ever get that with food? Like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, where has this been? I mean, there were days on the weekend where we had pancakes and sausage, So I guess this is kind of like that. I think the first time, actually, I think I did have biscuits and gravy once when I was in Disney, because that's a Southern thing, right? Yeah. Good. And I think I've actually had grits once, too, when I was in Virginia. Virginia traveling to D.C. Had that Bob's Big Boy restaurant. Hey, Tupac's in the house. So, yeah. So biscuits and gravy is, yeah. Cynthia's always in here, Tupac. She's such a sweetheart. Make sure you follow her. But, yeah. And I read somewhere that McDonald's has biscuits and gravy, too. I worked at McDonald's when I was a kid, but I remember biscuits and gravy, so that must be a new thing for them. Aw, you're definitely awesome, Cynthia. She's an excellent supporter. Excellent. She's always here. Frankie's stalking me because she's hoping to get some of this, but she has. So, yeah. Is there anything that, have you ever been through that where, maybe something from another part of the country, you try it and like, wow, kind of wish we've had this before. Grits I could live without, unless if I had them and they weren't made right, but biscuits and gravy, that's some good stuff. Oh, she's under the table. She's, we're sharing breakfast. You know what? That's the good thing about my life is I share whatever I can eat with the dog. She's so happy. She's so happy this morning. I decided to go do a pop-up live because she was being so silent. But I had to walk. Good morning, Simply Shannon. How are you? How's everybody going? How's everything going? It's hot as Hades here. Good morning, Barry. It's hot as Hades here. I never really cared for drinking coffee all the time, because I can't drink soda anymore with the weight loss surgery. Coffee is a diuretic. So I don't eat it all the time. I drink it. You don't eat it. Of course you don't eat it. But now all of a sudden, I can't have soda, so I kind of want to have, coffee. Dark chocolate kisses were holding, helping me hold it out. Ah, no, it's definitely warm here on Long Island. Oof. Oh, yay, Cynthia, good luck to you. I bet you're going to rock it. When you walk in, you say, hi, I'm Cynthia. Don't worry about my name. My name is I'm hired. Oh, you'll totally rock it, Cynthia. What you doing, Pop? Did you enjoy your breakfast? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your biscuits and gravy? Yeah, we shared biscuits and gravy. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. Don't you worry. You are such a sweetheart. They would be dopes to not hire you. Come on. Oh, Frankie, you're playing that game. Frankie is such a, she knows that she's gonna get stuff, right? See this girl? That's my girl. That's my girl. She plays like oh, you're very welcome, Cynthia. She knows that she can't get up on she knows she can get up on the couch. She's expecting me to pick her up and bring her on the couch. Ooh. Oh, my girl. Say good morning, everybody. Say hi, Cynthia. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Tupac. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, she's the best. Yeah, you're the best. I've always thought about getting another one, but she's so spoiled. I don't know if she would allow another dog in. But honestly, my landlord, I'm lucky to be allowed to have her. So, but I would love another one. Just because, when my kids aren't here, because I share custody with their dad, she gets kind of, she goes comatose. But that might just be a pug thing. That may not just be, Somebody once told me pugs are, yeah, they are. Somebody once told me pugs are not, they're not lap dogs. I don't know. Frankie's pretty lappish. She naps all the time. She's a pug. Yep, you a pug? You my puggy? Yes, you a pug. Oh. I'd be open to a Frenchie, but Frenchies don't live as long as pugs, though, from what I understand. You know what? The face, when they have the face like that, it's, kind of rough. Yeah. See, somebody told me that, well, they got a male, that's what it is. They got a male pug, and they said that, I was expecting her to be, I was expecting a lap dog, right? Because, remember all the queens and the royalty people had pugs? I'm sure they didn't want dogs that you just, had to, zip, zip, zip all around. Frankie, my mom says, well, if that person said they're not lap dogs, then you must have trained her right, because that's exactly what she does. But they're the best. She's the sweetest dog. I wasn't going to buy one. I was going to look for one in the shelter, but we don't have a pug rescue here on Long Island, and all the other pug rescues wouldn't allow me to adopt one because I didn't live near them. So I ended up finding a nice lady a few towns over who had only 2 females. Yeah. Oh, if she can, she'll come back up here. She likes to come up here and sleep over there too. She's so cuddly. I wanted to adopt a dog, but everybody in the shelter was a pit bull, and I'm in a small apartment, and I just didn't feel that was right for a big dog, and I have her trained as my service dog because I have severe PTSD and agoraphobia is my biggest issue. So I have to take. So the dog that I needed to have would have had to go everywhere with me, and I didn't want to have the problems. I'm not biased to pit bulls. I have friends who have them, and they're absolutely mushy dogs. But landlords won't allow them and things like that. And yeah. And this Frankie, when she was a little pup, she would play Barbie Dreamhouse. Actually, I think you could see it in my banner, on my YouTube banner. You could see her. She would play in the Barbie Dreamhouse with Isabel, my 11-year-old. And the only good thing, the only other good thing is, she was actually one of 7 puppies too. I was very shocked because I didn't think. Now, I was a veterinary assistant at one point in my life, and I don't remember little dogs having so many puppies. They usually had like maybe 3 or 4 at the most, but Frankie's mom had 7. Yeah, pit bulls are great dogs. Oh, no, I agree. I just feel like in an apartment that really isn't fair, because I don't have a whole lot of space, and, pugs, they don't take a lot of space, although actually, actually they do. You'll be surprised. She does take a lot of space in the bed and on the couch and, your lap and all that stuff. But I like pit bulls, but Frankie, she's pretty quiet. She doesn't bother anybody, and I'm all about the adopt, don't shop. I'm very heavy into it, but I look to adopt a pug. I called every single shelter, North Shore Animal League, which they claim is the beautiful shelter, meaning they find beautiful puppies, and they said they don't get pugs, and there's a pug rescue in New Jersey, and I was going to New Jersey. I take my kids to Wildwood all the time, but they wanted to be able to see your home, and they didn't have anybody, and if they did, they weren't giving me one. So I was told by a rescuer that if that's what you want and that's what you need for your life, then, don't feel bad buying one, because you're not taking a life from somebody because there isn't one to be taken from. And here on Long Island, pugs, if somebody has a pug, they love them to death, and they aren't going to be ending up in the shelters. So I wanted a pug since I was 16 years old, and what everyone said, sometimes you got to remember that, when a pug ends up in a shelter, it's usually for a reason. I said, well, yeah, they're very loyal. And actually, she acts like a mom sometimes, too. If my kids are fighting with each other, oh, she'll step in. Remember Nana from Peter Pan? That was a Saint Bernard. Frankie, she'll step in and do that, too. She'll tell them, knock it off. She wakes them up every day. She does this thing where she'll chomp on the hands like this. Wake up. She's the greatest. She just turned 2, and I take her everywhere. I take her to New Jersey with me. I take her to Savers with me. She goes everywhere with me. The only thing is she loves kids. Frankie loves kids. And since I'm not going to have a seizure or anything like that, I can't allow her to have interactions with people. Ooh, that's cool. That's a really cool tool, Cynthia. I gotta get my son into reading. My son has ADHD, and technically I could have 3 service dogs here if I wanted to, because both my kids are special needs. But like I said, my landlord, I'm lucky if I have the one. I had letters and doctors. Actually, when you get a letter from your doctor saying you need a service dog, that's not a letter. That's actually a medical prescription, if you didn't know that. So, like, if you were to go to, if your landlord was to tell you that, you couldn't have your dog anymore for whatever reason, you could have your doctor say that you need a emotional support animal, and they can't throw them out. But Frankie, I mean, I'm not telling you to do something unethical here. Don't do it if you don't need it. Yeah, absolutely. The difference between an emotional support dog and a service dog is that you really can't. You're not supposed to take them out in public, minus the airplanes and stuff. But I think they're going to start cracking down on that, to tell you the truth. But Frankie here, she's trained as a PTSD service dog, so I could take her everywhere. I've had some issues, every now and then where, I had a hotel tell me that I couldn't bring her there because they didn't agree with the task that she performs. You gotta do that, because, I'm a battered woman. I wasn't in the service. Sometimes I wish I was, but they actually say PTSD. Hey, Jamie, good morning. Yep, I took her to classes. She has a degree. I could take her to more. Uh-oh. That was a woodpecker. Did you hear that? Did you hear the woodpecker? He must be outside, like right outside my window. Yep, I heard a woodpecker. I do live in a place where, we get a lot of animals in here. We get deer, turkey vultures. Yeah, I think I definitely heard one. Yep. I haven't seen the owl again, though. I wonder if he left because he was discovered. Frankie, she had some of my my sausage and gravy. Sausage and gravy. I love that. I could eat this biscuits and gravy without the biscuit part, to tell you the truth. That sausage gravy is delicious. Hey, Trigger Trey, how you doing? Good morning, my good friend. Speaking of good friends, I want to give a good shout out to someone who's been an excellent friend to me and the Sunnies, and that's Deer Park Farmstead. He's an excellent friend, excellent supporter of us. He's always here. I kind of had a feeling this weekend something was up because he wasn't around as much, and I sent him a message to check in on him and make sure everything was okay, and he said he wasn't feeling well, and this morning he let me know that he was in the hospital, and I felt really horrible, and I just want to give him a good shout out. I know he's not in here because I'm sure he's, getting some rest and some help there. Um, but it's sad to hear when a good friend is under the weather, and I didn't want to share his video onto my community tab because I don't want people to go and harass him. So I figured I would just, give him a good shout out in my live stream, letting him know that, I'm thinking of him and I'm thinking of his wife, she's absolutely a sweetheart. Yeah, yeah, he said, yeah. He's been really good. He's been a really good friend, Shannon. He's excellent. He's so nice. And I know there's things going on YouTube that, I'm not gonna, hash right now because it is what it is. But, Deer Park's been an excellent friend to me anyways, and to Jamie and the Sunnies. And I support him all the time. He's such a nice guy. And, like I said, regardless of whatever's going on there, he's still a human being, and he's a nice guy. He does what he can to help the community out. You know, um, like Bounty by Observation. Oh my gosh, another awesome guy. I love him. Don't you like him? Bounty by Observation, another really cool guy. He's such another excellent supporter. Yeah. Yeah. He told me, I think Monday he wasn't feeling well. But this morning I got a message from him that he was in the hospital, and it was actually a really good thing because he said his neighbor was checking in on him, and things were getting a little critical there. So I'm glad he got checked out, and he's gonna get the medical attention he needed. He looked pretty bad, to tell you the truth. You don't look bad, Roman. You look sick bad, my good friend. Oh, good morning, Hershey Green. You're here in good company because I got my Nutter Butter coffee with cream of Hershey's. 7-Eleven's got me going crazy with that. Ah, yeah. That's usually how it works, Cynthia. Oh, so you had an excuse. Yeah, see here, most of our schools do have elevators, but unless if you're hurt or injured, they're not going to let you use it. You have to have, yeah, you do have to have a special doctor's note. I'm doing very well. How are you? Damn, that coffee's good. I had weight loss surgery, so coffee's is one of those things where it's a touchy subject. I'm not technically supposed to have it, but I can, as long as I get the rest of my water in for the day. But I certainly can't have well, you got the name there. Are you from Hershey, Pennsylvania? Is that why? Or you just like Hershey chocolate? But I do have cream of Hershey's in my coffee cup this morning. Oh. I haven't been to Hershey, Pennsylvania like forever. Just a name. Cool. Well, you could have any name you like. That's the joys of YouTube. Facebook, no. I don't know if I ever told this story, but on Facebook for a long time, I had my first and middle name as my name on Facebook, Kellyanne. Oh, cool. That's a cool name. It's your real name. That's awesome. What do you think of, since we're on the subject of names, I'm curious, what do you think of Meghan and Harry naming the baby Archie? I'm curious to hear what people think about that. I think it's a cute name. And it's their kid, so, like, why are people... Frankie, why are people so up in arms about them naming the baby Archie? I don't get that. It's their kid. Like, why would you do that? Yeah, it's unique. People are actually online complaining about it, but, like, Kim and Kanye named their newest baby. What was that new baby? Psalm West? Psalm West, yeah. I mean, that's unique, too, and I'm not going to I'm not gonna bash the name that they chose for their baby. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Kim Kardashian, to tell you the truth. But it's their kid. Unfortunately, sometimes, right? And they're making a remake. Did you know that, Trigger Trey? They're gonna make an All in the Family remake. Who they say? Woody Harrelson's gonna play Archie. Yeah, I'm not sure if I feel good about that one, to tell you the truth. Ah, yeah, it makes sense, Cynthia. I'm glad schools do make accommodations, I don't remember what I had when I was a kid. I had Lyme disease as a kid. I don't know if I've talked about that. And here I am living in Deerland. Oh, they are? Ooh. Austin Powers is going to make a comeback, too. Austin Powers is making a comeback. There'll be a fourth one. Don't they have a TV show now, though? Does Netflix have one? Yeah, with Mike Myers, yeah. In fact, he was the one who said that they were making the sequel. Good morning, Macrodie. How are you? That's the one thing I can guarantee you guys. Yeah, hey, good morning. Good morning, Queen Diana. How are you? Getting ready for work. It's time to get to the salt mines, as my grandfather used to say. My grandfather used to say, oh, time to get to the salt mines. Although my grandfather actually did work in a chemical plant. Yeah, Austin Powers is making a comeback. Although I'm wondering how that's going to go, because Vern Troyer, who played Mini-Me, passed away. So I'm wondering if they're going to still write him in, but have a different little person play Vern Troyer, or they're just going to write him off. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm wondering how that plays out. See you later, Hershey. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you. I'll be going live again later today because, like I said, I'm working on my, like I keep saying, I'm kind of working on my hours a little bit, but I don't really care about being monetized. Yeah, he died last year, so I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. So sad. He was adorable. I know I shouldn't really, I know that's kind of not a politically correct thing to say about little people, but he was adorable. I thought he was cute and a great actor. Although I say everybody's adorable. Ellen DeGeneres is adorable. I think James Charles is adorable. Two queens, yes. Aww. Although, Trigger, you know what? I'm not very happy with Nike right now. And I love me some Nikes. I love me some Nikes, I love what they did with Colin Kaepernick. But they got Michael Vick promoting their shoes? What? Are we for real here? I'm sorry. I don't accept his apology. Because, when you do something like that to animals, or, animals are a being, too. They're a living, breathing, feeling, loving being. And dogs of all animals. I mean, if you don't like cats, okay, but you still don't do it to cats. But dogs are man's best friend, and he exploited animals and hurt them and killed them. And Nike's gonna go having Michael Vick promote sneakers? What? What? You got to be kidding me with that. I'm sorry. That's what he did there is not an I'm sorry kind of thing. That's not I'm sorry. What if that were children? What if there were children he was doing that to? Yeah. Yeah. He was a good, and I like Colin, though. I don't watch football. I don't do sports, but something about Colin Kaepernick seems very special to me. He seems like a really special guy, and I appreciate that he's, a humanitarian. Yeah. 2 years? But, that's still, those animals suffer, those poor dogs. And that's why pit bulls get a bad rap, is that people do those things and they think they're mean and nasty, but pit bulls are really, really sweet and loving, kind dogs. I mean, I don't have one, but I have friends who do, and they're beautiful dogs. I mean, no. You can't just say I'm sorry for what happened to them, though. I mean, and going to jail for that is, you know, that's great, but I mean, you got to feel some level of, you know, the pain that the animals went through, but those animals were tortured to death. What's his name did step in and try to help some of them, though. I'm not really a huge fan of Steve Milan, but yeah, I don't like that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to hate Nike. I'm just going to hate Nike until they get rid of Michael Vick, and I'm sure they're feeling the heat for that right now because, you know, people love dogs. I love dogs. I love all animals. Yeah, dogs do jump on people every day. But pit bulls are, you know, I've had a lot of positive experience with pit bulls. I have to say this because, you know, I like cats. I like all animals. I mean, I talk about how I'm deathly afraid of llamas, but I still like them, even though I'm deathly afraid of them. I just, you know, I don't need them in my life. But actually, I'm starting to come around. But pit bulls, you know, I have friends who have pit bulls, and, you know, Jamie Johnson, she's here. She has two, and my friend, he's a veteran, and he has one as his service dog, and she's the sweetest cuddler dog on the face of the planet. But let me tell you something. I used to be a dog groomer. Yeah, I could imagine that. I don't mind snakes. I don't mind snakes. I mind people more than anything. But, oh, what do we got? Turkey wings. Making turkey wings for dinner tonight. Baking them up. Whoops, excuse me. Right. I got you, Trigger. I got you. No worries. Animals, you know, animals are unpredictable. People, though, are unpredictable, too. The thing is, you know, but the thing is, he kind of made those dogs like that, though. He, failed baby food challenge? Oh, boy, what's that? You know, for me, it's like, I got Jamaican beef patty. These things have always been my favorite. Some of the best food is not white people food. Am I terrible for saying that? I love Spanish food. I love Caribbean food. I just love it. I lived in, my kid's grandma is Puerto Rican, so I ate good for a really long time. I actually started to learn how to make it so I could have it for myself, but I can't eat rice anymore, so. But man, I do love it. And Jamaican beef patties. I remember the first time I had one, I was actually working for Estee Lauder, and they had them in the cafeteria. And man, they were good. That's probably the one thing I need from 7-Eleven. They are good. Man, they are good. This is one reason why I shouldn't live in the city, because they have all the food trucks and the bodegas. Where I live now, there's no bodegas. Cause I remember here on Long Island, they generally don't call them a bodega, they're called delis. But I still call them a bodega. Oh. I got you, Trigger. Yeah, I know. You got to defend yourself. The thing is, he was training them to do those things, though, Trigger. You know? And trust me, I live in an area where those kinds of dogs do bad things. You know? But you got to remember, dogs are a product that they're raising, too. Just like children, you know? I could tell you this. When I worked with dogs, the ones that were the most vicious are the little ones, the little dogs. I've been bit by more beagles and, what do you call those things? I've been bit by more beagles. There was something else. What was it? A cockapoo? Cockapoo. I've been bitten by more smaller dogs than big dogs than anything. You can ask the veterinarian, they'll tell you the same thing, that the little dogs are more, they have what's called a Napoleon complex, you know. It's like, you know, they feel the need to be bigger than what they are. But I can tell you the smaller ones, smaller dogs, they are more dangerous. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, Cynthia. But, you know, Michael Vick, you know, listen, I hope he learned his lesson, you know. I do believe that there's a way of forgiveness. But it's like, you know, when it comes to animals, you know, and somebody's life that you're destroying and killing and hurting, that's kind of hard to forgive. Or to forget, even. I mean, the ones that were left had to be, you know, they needed special training to get that thought process out of them. You know, pit bulls, they had that alligator jaw. You know, that big heavy jaw that they can clamp down, and you'd have a really hard time getting them off. You know, but Rottweilers do too. And you know what? You know what? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The little ones can be really bad. The little ones, man. My dad. Well, my dad's kind of an idiot sometimes, you know. And he was camping, and there was a guy with a beagle, and he went to go pet the beagle, and man, that dog took a big heavy chunk out of my dad's arm. You know, like I said, the little ones are like more. You gotta be more worried about the little ones.
Become as God.
Whoops.
So she eats the fruit of knowledge.
But yes, computer here.
As well. When God.
Whoops. But yeah, but dogs, like I said, they could be a product of their raising. My friend, he's a veteran. He has a pit bull as his service dog, and she is the sweetest dog. The sweetest dog. And they're easy to train, to tell you the truth. Pit bulls are very easy. They're not very stubborn. I mean, in some things, you know, they're dogs, you know. But any of my experience with pit bulls, they're actually really easy to train. Frankie was a little difficult. I won't lie. Frankie was a little difficult. She's very stubborn. But pugs are naturally sweet dogs. They have a really good disposition. But little dogs, like I said, they got that Napoleon complex where they just feel like they just got to lunge and go after everything because they're small, and they feel the need to, because they have to feel the need to protect themselves, you know? But yeah, I just love all animals, you know, and it hurts me when somebody hurts one, you know? Oh. You know, I just love all animals. I may be afraid of some, but I just love them. And when somebody hurts them, it's just, you know, it's hard to forgive something like that, you know, because you know it's not the dog's fault. It's the person, you know. But yeah. Oops, excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. For me, Michael Vick, he'd have to do some really good convincing to prove that, you know, he isn't, you know, a terrible person. Just because that was just so terrible. I don't know. I'm just somebody who look at an animal and just not think about doing those things. Like I said earlier, I'm a veterinary assistant. I actually was trained. I've been trained, you know, to work in a veterinarian's office. I'm trained as a dog groomer. I'm also trained in farm management as well. And farm management was the worst of the lessons out there. I didn't appreciate it. I never understood why I was being taught to care for animals, and then the next minute we're going to kill them or hurt them. And I never appreciated that lesson. And I've seen a lot of stuff in my time. So, you know, when you've been bullied and abused your whole life, you kind of really get it with the way we treat animals being really bad. I mean, the things that we do to them is so heartbreaking and sad, and animals have a great capacity of loving and friendship and empathy and all that kinds of stuff. And the things that people do to them is just so sad, and I don't get it, you know. Ah, cute. Cynthia, you're such an adorable person. You make me smile all the time. I appreciate it when you come in here. Oh, yeah. I bet that was tough for you, though, Cynthia, not living with your mom. That makes me sad because oh, absolutely, Cynthia. It's always a pleasure for you to come in here. You're such a great friend and a supporter here, and I appreciate it. I know when I'm going live during the day, I know you'll be there. And that means a lot, you know? So, anyways, um, I started, you know, I don't, like I said earlier, I'm not really a big coffee person, or I wasn't before surgery, but now I just I feel like I need to have it, and, yeah, I like it too all of a sudden. Did you guys hear this story? Did you hear this horrible story about the dog owner that passed away, and they euthanized a dog, a healthy dog. Um, you know, they euthanized the healthy dog because the owner wanted to be buried with the dog. I can't understand that. Can you understand that? Yeah, isn't that sad? Like, I'm just reading. I mean, a veterinarian shouldn't even, you know, a veterinarian shouldn't even, like, offer to do that because it's so wrong. You know, that doesn't even make a lot of sense. I mean, a veterinarian's like a medical doctor. You know, a medical doctor is supposed to take an oath saying that, you know, they will do no harm. That's basically doing harm, isn't it? That veterinarian should, that one should really lose their license, because that doesn't make any sense. I've never heard such a thing. A veterinarian should not do that at all. Wow. That's so disappointing, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, that is harm. I mean, you know, like somebody posted on here, you know, they euthanize cats and dogs in the shelters all the time, and most of them are indeed healthy, but that, you know, that's, yeah, that's just something. But yeah, the veterinarian should lose their license for doing that. They're not supposed to do that. That's so sad. Wow. I mean, maybe the owner was afraid that the dog would end up by himself. But, you know, I don't know. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, you know? Oh boy. So, did you all see the anyone here watch does anyone watch Orange is the New Black? Did you see the trailer for Orange is the New Black? Oh, you don't watch it, Cynthia? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This makes me happy to hear. Hold on. This is a good article. I just want to check this out. Big-Hearted Baker. Oh, it's a show on Netflix. It's really good. Let's see. Big-Hearted Baker employs disabled staff, and they hope to expand. Wow, this is awesome. This is what I love to hear. Not only are they bursting with deliciousness, but cookies with a cause help provide disabled with meaningful work. And here's how to help. Sag Harbor, since he was just 4 was it 10, has wanted to be a baker. Robert, who is taught autistic, has always found, oh, this is awesome. Sag Harbor, New York. They have a bakery that employs handicapped people. This is awesome. Power, huh? Well, Orange is New Black is not and I'm sad because Orange is New Black this is it. This is the last one. Oh, you don't have Netflix. Okay. And we also got to wait for Handmaid's Tale to come out also. They didn't even I don't remember if they gave a date for that. But yeah, I don't really care much for regular TV these days. I really enjoy Netflix and Hulu. Hulu's got some good shows too. Ooh. I'll have to check that out. That sounds like something I want to watch, Triggy Trey. You know, anything with New York related stuff I want to watch. Oh, you have autism? That's nothing to be sad about though, Cynthia. That means you're a really wonderful, strong, beautiful person, and you're overcoming that. So don't ever be ashamed about that. I have bipolar or PTSD. My son, he's got ADHD and possibly autism or epilepsy. We're not quite sure, but you know what? Don't ever be sad about that. I know it's hard. I know it's a hard thing to live with. Oh, stars. Okay. Now I know Hulu lets you guys I think Hulu has a stars package, right? I have to look into that. I know I just upgraded my Hulu oh, yes, I did hear about that. And 50 Cent, he's from here too. I believe he has a house in the Hamptons somewhere. I know where Diddy's house is, one of his houses, not the house, but I know where Diddy's house is. I have an idea as to where Usher's house is as well. But I'm not somebody who's going to knock on their door and say, hi, how you doing, you know? But I do know where Diddy's house is. I've been dying to meet him, to tell you the truth. I like him. There's something about Diddy that I like. I mean, yeah, I like him. He seems pretty cool. You know. There was 2 episodes back of SVU. You met 50? Wow. Wow, he's cool. I like him. He's another cool dude. I had to laugh when he was fighting with what's his name? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that boxer. The two of them were going at it, and it was really funny, you know? Who is that? Remember that, Trigger, when he was going after that boxer? I forget his name, good grief. Floyd Mayweather. Remember when they were going back and forth? That was some funny stuff. The stuff that 50 was coming out with, that was some good stuff. He had some excellent comebacks. Is it true that he doesn't know how to read? They say Floyd Mayweather doesn't know how to read. I hope he learns. I mean, I guess he's in a business where that doesn't make a difference to him. That was some good stuff, Trigger. I tell you, that was some good stuff. Well, Cynthia, you are one strong, beautiful person. And I appreciate you coming in here every day and, being such a sweetheart. So I don't call them disabilities. I call them abilities because they, you just, it just makes me feel more able to do things. I fight myself every day. Let me tell you, I have PTSD with severe agoraphobia as well as my bipolar. And, they say if you roll out of bed that day, consider that a victory because, life is hard when you have to live with that stuff. And trust me, it is. It is. But you, look at that, you're going out and you're trying to get a job and you do so many awesome things. I know life is tough with it because I have, my own issues, and my son, he's 9 and he's going through stuff too. So I totally understand, all of that. But you're a very beautiful and strong person, Cynthia. And I appreciate your friendship and you come in here all the time. And, you always bring a smile to my face because you always have some cute stories to share with us. And, much love to you. And I'm honored when people come in here all the time talking about things that go on in their life. And it makes me feel honored to know that you guys would come in here and talk to me about things. And, I know I sometimes talk about going live so I get my watch hours. I mean, it's not like the end of the world, but, it's... I know it's just important, just as important for me as for you to come on here. That way we could have these conversations and we could talk about things. And I mean, look, with Deer Park, I knew something wasn't going right. Yeah, that was really sweet of you. That was really sweet, Cynthia. You know, but with Deer Park, I knew something was up because I hadn't seen him in a while, and I was kind of worried about him. And that's one thing. If you come in here, my live streams are very small and very personable. And if something's going on, I'll remember. So when you come in next time, I'll remember to talk about that and make sure you're doing okay. And if I don't see you for a while, then I know something's up, and I'll have to go onto your channel and make sure things are going okay. Because that's what YouTube's supposed to be about. We're supposed to be sticking to one another and helping. So. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end the live now, and I'm going to be back again tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And I appreciate everybody who comes in here, and I'll be making a visit to everybody's channels today. And Trigger, my good friend, and Cynthia. Oh, guys, you two, I appreciate you two so much, because you guys are always here and always checking on me. And I'm going to go do the same for you guys today. If you guys are... putting stuff out there, I'll be checking it out, and I'll be putting it into my community tab, because that's what a community tab is for.